Hello, brave, beautiful warrior soul friends. Kristin Collective Consciousness here. I think the next step for researching dissociative identity disorder and kind of, figuring out the neurobiology of things so we can understand ourselves and move forward to more effective healing modalities, greater awareness and all that sort of thing, is to explore the left-right brain connection. So that's the corpus callosum, which my theory is that it doesn't fully develop. It's underdeveloped or develops uniquely in some capacity. Like I don't know the specific description that it'll hold, but the corpus callosum, which is the only way the left and right brain hemispheres ever communicate. And it's a group of fibers that run up and down the whole thing. It's not just like one thing, it's a group of fibers that connects each individual separate part of the brain. And so my theory is that develops differently for people living with a dissociative identity. And dissociative identities form in response to some form, gorgeous sunset, some form of traumatic stress during early childhood development. And so, along with exploring the corpus callosum, which can be done through studying MRIs, the next step would be to also explore like the left and right brain hemisphere in terms of like how they manifest in life. And so like one test, for example, would be to test your like muscle strength. I've noticed like years and years and years and years and years and years ago, before I definitely ever heard what DID was or existed or anything, before I'd begun my mental health journey, all of that, I noticed that the right side of my body was weaker. And I exercised evenly. Like I always used the left and right sides evenly, the same number of sets when I exercise and whatnot, and yet my right side remained weaker. Greater coordination, I'm right-handed, greater coordination on the right side of my body, and yet greater strength on the left side of my body, always. And it was pretty dramatic, like pretty obvious. And now that I understand that there is one going on with normal life part of consciousness in the left brain hemisphere, and over a dozen, now about a dozen, trauma-related parts of consciousness in the right brain hemisphere, my right brain hemisphere was stronger, it was more active. And because the right brain hemisphere is more active, my theory is that the left side of my body has greater strength, regardless of my exercising. And so I truly believe that if we can rally worldwide and start exploring this, we can really change the world and come up with some new explanations and healing modalities, coping modalities, radical acceptance worldwide for those living with a dissociative identity. It is wild that it is still a debated disorder amongst professionals, and yet we're living in a time where we can figure out the neurobiology and the scientific specifics of these brains and bodies developing, and through that come up with new ways to validate, solidify, verify that this is a real thing, and move forward to making it a real thing and actually having healing modalities available worldwide, rather than there being a couple options that sometimes sort of work if you can find someone who happens to be really awesome at it and connect with you, okay? Like, it's and that's if you get a diagnosis and if you get people who believe you, and it's all of these things. And so I really want to see some world change in the next few decades in regards to the process of diagnosing and treating chronic cases of dissociation. And the work with this will extend and help other things, including those living with borderline personality disorder and stuff like that. And so this mission here is going to have an impact on those recovering from trauma worldwide and all varieties of, points of healing journey livingness. And in addition, it's going to have radical impact for the way humankind comprehends consciousness for all of eternity. Like, moving forward, we are just going to keep exploring consciousness, and it's really going to revolutionize human evolution. So I would really love to rally worldwide. If anyone is interested in pursuing this with me, whether you are a scientist, a researcher, on that side of things, or whether you're living with a dissociative identity on that side of things, let me know. Comment below. I would love to rally and get together. This will all be part of my work with the Dissociative Identity Movement, which is launching in March 2020. So stay tuned for more updates, and I'm just so damn excited to change the world with you guys. Keep embracing the healing journey every single day, my brave, beautiful warrior soul friends. You are more worth it than you know.